Determined to learn Shaolin Kung Fu, he grabbed a razor and shaved his head completely bald without a second thought. Then he immediately knocked over the incense burner and, without hesitation, pressed his head onto the burning incense. Despite the excruciating pain twisting his face, but feeling it was taking too long, he grabbed two thick incense sticks and pressed them directly onto his head. The searing pain brought him to his knees, and after finally burning the ceremonial scars into his scalp, the intense agony knocked him unconscious. When he woke up 3 days later, he found himself dressed in monk's robes. Thinking the Shaolin Temple had accepted him, he grabbed a staff and headed to the training hall. Since wolf packs frequently threatened the monastery, the monks practiced fighting wolves with staffs as a precaution. However, the monks' techniques only targeted the wolves' legs and teeth without killing them. He thought this approach was completely useless against wild wolves, so he struck the wooden wolf dummy with full force, smashing it to pieces within just a few blows. Seeing the viciousness in his martial arts, the abbot decided to strip him of his monk status. But he quickly argued back, saying that to deal with wild wolves, you had to kill them completely to prevent future attacks. The abbot told him that as a monk, he should have compassion in his heart, and began demonstrating the proper staff technique. With masterful skill, the abbot gradually broke the wolf's limbs, then struck its mouth repeatedly, successfully removing the wolf's teeth. This way, the wolf lost all its attacking ability, and people would no longer be harmed by it. At that moment, he seemed to understand the true essence of Shaolin Kung Fu. He begged the abbot to let him stay at the Shaolin Temple, so the abbot decided to give him one more chance. He had to pass the test of the wooden wolf formation by knocking out the wolf's teeth to succeed. The abbot controlled the wooden wolf to block his attacks, giving him no chance to counter. Besides defense, the wooden wolf could also strike back with its tail and limbs, so he had to stay constantly alert while looking for opportunities. He kept pursuing relentlessly, while the abbot skillfully controlled the wolf to dodge. After this fierce pursuit, he finally used the spinning technique of the 8 trigram staff to successfully knock out the wooden wolf's fangs. This time, except for the wolf's fangs, the wooden dummy remained completely intact. The abbot, keeping his word, agreed to let him train Kung Fu at the Shaolin Temple. Soon, he was assigned to the back mountain for cultivation. His progress was remarkable, and he quickly developed a new staff technique. He wrapped vines around his staff, then used his technique to unravel them one by one without breaking a single strand. Every day he practiced his staff work using the vines at the cave entrance. Then he would jump onto a rock and strike the water's surface forcefully with his wooden staff to practice balance between body and technique. Soon, his staff skills had reached an extraordinary level. But because training Kung Fu day in and day out had become boring and monotonous, he went to the abbot saying he missed his family and wanted to leave the monastery, renounce his vows, and go home. However, the Shaolin Temple had no rule allowing people to quit halfway. The abbot made the first move, planning to beat him into submission. He was forced to retreat repeatedly, and seeing the abbot had no intention of backing down, he had no choice but to fight back. To see his family again, he used all his power. The two fought to a draw, but soon he seized an opportunity to flick off the abbot's shoe with his wooden staff. The abbot tried to struggle, but instead was disarmed by his self-created staff technique, and even both of the abbot's shoes were knocked off. Finally, the abbot realized he could no longer stop him and had to remove his kasaya robe and give it to him. This robe would serve as his pass to leave the mountain and go home. Do you think he did the right thing? Follow me to watch the next exciting segment of this movie.